In this week's Todd Talks video, we're going to cover the issue of affordability, but this time from a point of view of payments. There's two big challenges in what we'd say affordable housing, and really it's a broader perspective of affordability in housing is probably a better way to put it, because it's not just affecting first-time home buyers, it's affecting everybody. And some of it's perception, some of it's real, in the sense that prices have gone up, insurance has gone up, prices have made taxes go up, and then interest rates went up. So all of this has happened to create a legitimate issue with affordability. And it comes in the form of cash to close. I covered that in a previous video. And then in payment. So I'm going to do just a short one today about ways to solve for payment. And the number one that I want you to take away is this, is most, at least if not all or some of the issue of affordability is based on perception. So what happens is, as a buyer, so if you're a buyer watching this, or if you're a real estate agent and speaking to buyers about this, remember that in the imagination of your buyers, and I don't mean that in a bad way, or like if you're a buyer, I don't mean in a bad way to say in your imagination, but in your imagination, you fill in the blanks when you hear interest rates are high. And what I routinely come across is people that have an assumed payment that's way higher than what they would actually pay. So the first step is to build a great mortgage plan. And there are certain rules on what percent housing payment should be of your gross income so that it is not only affordable, but sustainable. And that's the key word. And that percent is typically 31%. Okay. Now, very conservative is 25%. But then a little bit aggressive is 34 or 45. So there's a lot of ways to break the rule of the 31 to 33%. If you're going into retirement and you're going to have a fixed income in 2 years, you want to make sure you have that lower payment, more conservative payment. If you're in your 30s or 40s, or even in your 50s, or even in your 20s, like in that range where you're working still, your income's going to grow, you could probably go to 33 to 35. If you want to get into the maximum housing payment you can get approved for is about 49.9%. You can't go over half of your income. And there's people that can do that in cases where you have a spouse or other income. You might have income that's coming into you that maybe is not reported on your tax return. Sometimes people do that. Or you might have a spouse or a significant other that will contribute, but maybe their credit's not good or some other issue where they can't be on the loan. Then you can stretch that. But for a normal person or a normal couple buying a house, we want to probably keep that debt ratio to 31 to 33. And that means not what you think you can do, but sit down with a mortgage planner like myself and build out an actual plan. The second thing is we can structurally change the loan with 1 and 2 year and 3 year payment subsidy programs or interest rate buy down. So I want to take a minute and show you some of those. So in doing this video, interest rates right now for conventional loans were about 6.5%. So here's a way to get it down to 5.25% for the first year using a payment subsidy. So we have the ability to subsidize the payment for 1 year. We can get the seller to subsidize it for 2 years, where you get 2 years of a low interest rate. It's not adjustable. You just get a lower rate for the first couple of years, giving you time to get adjusted to the house and wait until downstream and the ability to refinance it into a lower rate. Or we could just, pay some additional discount points to buy the rate down by 0.5% or more. All three of these would lower the payment relative to where rates are at right now and make it more affordable. So it's really a combination of having a plan and the payment that fits into your budget and what kind of purchase price you get from that. And then what kind of strategies can we use to make your house more affordable based on structure of the loan. Some of it I can do as a lender. Some of it I need seller concessions, either from new construction through a builder or through existing home through the seller. And right now, most sellers will offer concessions. And as a matter of fact, 25% of sellers will offer concessions even in a buyer's market. Right now, it's well over 50%, so it's a great time to buy. If you have a concern with affordability and would like to see what you can actually afford comfortably and sustainably and where it makes you excited to buy, please feel comfortable reaching out. My name is Todd Baker. I'm a certified mortgage planner at dfwmortgagemaster.com, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.